Hello everyone, welcome on back to Riverbend Springs. Alright, so I'm just getting a little bit of a head start here on the hoeing for this field here. What oats we planted last time. I think we'll leave this to a worker though. I'm pretty sure they're going to go to the middle. I think the worker does the centerpiece first for hoeing and then they do the outer edge. I do have a full load of, cement bags, bricks, everything. I have one pallet of the roof plates. I'm not sure if it's going to take that, though, so that's why I put it towards the back. I'll just take it off individually and see if it'll actually take the money. I'm pretty sure the roof is actually done, though, so that's why I'm not sure if it's going to need it anymore. There should be enough planks here to do this stage. We should be able to finish this stage. Then we'll see what the next stage, what lies with that. I did get the big sawmill switched back over to long planks and wood beams for the time being. And our small one is still doing just regular planks. More than likely, we'll see what kind of needs. The grain elevator museum. We'll see what it needs next stage. Otherwise, we might put a little bit into the playground just in case it doesn't need any more. Because eventually it's going to hit a point where it's just not going to pay us. And, well, that's the most important part. Is it paying us? It still took it. Like, financially even, money. So there must still be some roof to be put on. And then we'll just unstrap the rest. Will it not take what it... Oh, maybe that's an update. Or it just hits a cap, maybe? I wonder if 6,000 liters is the cap for some of these, maybe. We'll just leave these here for now, and we'll just see. The fact it took a partial pallet kind of makes me think that. I guess we'll leave those there. They must have a capacity on how much it'll actually hold. I kind of just figured it would just keep going, I'll be honest. So we'll have to sell those goods when we get there. Either way, that was well over $100,000. And we'll be sending this up to the canning factory. We'll have a worker bring it up there. And create a set destination. That'll be another 75 grand. Let's see here, yeah. Well, about 45,000 for spinach bags. It'll be like 50, a little over 50. Depends if this is... It's a little bit lower at the farmer's market. Now, I was planning... I think we'll return our drill, which I probably should have did last month. We wouldn't have incurred another fee that way. But I'm thinking we'll buy this planter. 6.5 meter width. For the most part, for a direct, that's pretty good until you get up to like 18 meters, and that's 350 horse, and we don't have that, so it seems like a pretty good bet. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and buy that. I can quickly get all of this field here finished. Doesn't look like there's too much left. Then we'll grab the fertilizer spreader. We'll get the second layer on this. Get that all done. I did just see there was a mod released today for one single layer fertilize. I'm pretty sure from what I could tell from the description, it takes double the amount of fertilizer. So it's like you're applying 2 layers, but you're doing it at once. So you only have to fertilize once, it just takes more fertilizer. So that might be something we'll look at in the future. Maybe as something once we're a little bit later in, you know, once it's a little bit harder to keep up with the fields and keep them at a good layer for fertilize. So that'll be something we'll have to think about. I'll have to unload the cedar. That's why I didn't return it already. I'll probably buy the seeds and stuff too for the other one when I'm there, the planter. You almost never can have enough seeds and fertilizer. It'll eventually be used. So we'll get that unloaded. Alright, so then we can drop it and return it. I should have did it last month. I'm sure I probably got a $500 daily rental fee. I considered keeping it another month because that field might be ready next month, the barley field. But then I'm like, well, we could just buy it. So, and more than likely after that, we'll return it. After that is bought, we'll probably start looking more into combines after that. I may not even buy another seeder too. We could just do a planter. Plant sorghum or something like that for chickens. Be a far faster growth time. At least for the time being if we do decide to do combine. Alright, so we'll just do steering assist. We have plenty of money coming in too, so we could probably afford both, if we're being honest. Between the grain elevator products and goat milk bottles, some spinach bags will still be sold the next month or so. Honestly, I forgot. I should have checked to see if the playground would need the cement bags and bricks. I could have went and sold those right away. So I'm not sure how much more we have left in that, you know, for that constructible. I know in Hutan the temple is a really long construction. I'm not sure if the ones here are going to be shorter just because there's two of them. It's possible. It's also possible that they're both super, super long. But I can... We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll get to the end of the Grain Elevator Museum eventually. Alright, so how's that looking? Looking pretty dang good, so we'll have to work on... Field 7 is the next thing on the list, and that'll just be getting it planted. Well, I'll get this put away, and then I think I'll hop over to the Steyr. We can probably get that loaded up. That trailer loaded up and get it ready to be sold, for everything to be sold with it. I noticed the maintenance gauge dropped a lot in this. Yeah. Thought we just repaired it, but we do use the John Deere probably more than the Steyr. This is probably the, you know, quote, main tractor. Does basically all the planting. It also has more horsepower, so it can handle that a little bit better. You see, we have a decent amount here. Some stacked up on the side, as well as some in the spawn location. Get lined up up a little bit better in there, and then get it sold. $55,000. Honestly, that's probably just about enough to actually buy a new combine. At least the ones that I was looking at. Yeah, it probably is. Once you figure in sell price for our current one, we would need to buy a header trailer though, because those are bigger headers. They're gonna have to, especially if we take it really anywhere to field 7, even probably. Those are some tighter gaps in there to get a 40-foot header through. All right, so set destination, and we'll just have this go to the grass field. They usually don't have too many issues there. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Combines. We could get one of these probably. If we wanted to. That's 286. I don't know if we could yet. Yeah, we can't yet. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm going after one of these bigger headers, though. Even though, for the size of our fields, we probably don't need a huge one. We can probably go with, like this one, the 13.7. That's, 45 foot. Probably go with that instead. It's probably just fine for what we're using it for, at least. 50 foots might just be a little bit overkill, really. All right, so we'll hop back into the John Deere here. I know eventually we'll probably buy like the other fields right over there by field 7. And then we might just combine all of these. That would make one large field, but even then, a 45-foot header is going to take care of that in no time. It's going to feel like no time compared to like the green bean harvest and like the spinach harvest was. Those felt like ages to do, so. And maybe once we buy the combine, we might look to do that once we get crops in those fields that aren't too bad. That's another thing, is if they have like red beets or something in them, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm going to hope to hold off and get something that doesn't require us to rent an extra, a special harvester to do. Especially if we don't make money on it, then it might become a little bit tough to make that work. Alright, so we'll get it switched to soybeans first, and then let's get... Oh, I'll need some bags of this. We'll buy 2 for now. And we'll buy 2 bags of seeds. We'll do these as well. A little bit more cost effective. Same price, so you get 50 extra liters. Finally got something new in it now, or we will. Instead of doing spinach every harvest. It's been nice to do, obviously something new crops. But obviously the rental of the special harvester and everything, it does cut our profits down a decent amount. It's a lot bigger seeder than I thought it was. Same width as the road. You don't think, 6.5 meters is going to be that big until all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is actually a lot bigger than expected. It does come with barns and stuff. When we do look to buy these, we would get some sheds. I don't know what we would keep in them, though, because they're be so far away from the farm. I'm just going to look in this one for like collectibles or anything. We haven't did much collectible hunting recently, but yeah, it doesn't look like we'll be a successful one either, so Well, I think I'll go ahead and do a time lapse for this, so I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so we're just about done here with the soybean field. I think there's a little bit up there that was missed. Just a tiny little bit, though. Shouldn't take us too long to grab that little bit. Like I said, I think it's just a tiny little speck that must have got missed because I was taking a turn either too tight or not tight enough, and then it got missed on one of the laps through here. Okay, so that should be good. We can double check in here. That looks flawless. Oh, that might be a tad corner right there. The smallest of small corners. Honestly, I don't even see it, so that's how small it is. Yeah, next time we'll have to get that second layer of fertilizer as well as probably weeded. And I'm thinking right now the chickens should be able to be expanded maybe next month. As long as we get the... May not fit through here. Oh, nope, does not fit. As long as we get the barley done, I think it should be next month. From what I'm seeing, at least. Should be next month. Is that a tree there? A little branch? Yeah. I might take a couple more trees out of there. We don't have a ton left of what I was gonna take. So I wasn't gonna take all of the trees here because I did want to leave some just as a almost a decor in the pen once this gets expanded. These small little bushes are almost more of a pain than anything to deal with, so I'm not gonna cut those, but we'll cut like that one here. I think we'll probably cut up to the road, so it might be like that small one, that small one. This will probably get cut. I think these big ones might be left. That big one and this one. think those will be left and the rest will be cut. Not a ton left in here, but still a decent amount. Obviously, the biggest trees will probably have the most liter amount of wood in them, but is what it is. I kind of like it for the decor. I mean, we could take down maybe this big one and then leave one of the smaller ones. That might be better for, obviously, the sawmill purpose. Maybe we could think about that. I just like the thought of having the trees in the pen. So whenever we eventually get to expanding, I'm not quite sure when it'll be, because we'll have hopefully chickens soon, which I haven't even checked if that pen would fit in the area I would want it to. I was hoping it would fit right where it currently is. I was hoping to get this one. Oh, that would easily fit, yeah. That would easily fit. It looks like... Okay. The food's on that side, so we'll just have to get it in here just right. Shouldn't be too bad. So we'll have to think about that. I'm not sure when we'll obviously get to expanding the chickens. It depends obviously on when this will exactly be ready. It looks like next month though at the current moment from what I was seeing. Looks pretty dark green. So that is something we'll have to keep in mind. I was going to check on the price of the combine. $32,000 right now. Headers, these are basically worthless at this point, but the combine's not bad. We might look to sell those then. I'm trying to think here. The header was 130 and the combine was 280. Like 410-ish or so, 430. 410 if we just do the header and combine. Probably 430 at least with the header trailer. Yeah, at least. Oh, this is a 45. So if we were to get one, we could get this one. And that would be 20,000, which is pretty close to my guess. The header would have been this one, 135. That's 155. And then I'd probably go all the way up here. We could probably sneak it with this. That'd be 222. I would want a longer pipe probably. And we'd want rear wheel assist. It'd be 238. If we go with this one, which is 3,000 liters smaller in capacity and obviously less powerful. Our fields are fairly flat, so we might be able to do that. Then we could, yeah, we could probably afford it almost right now. We could definitely afford it probably next month once we get everything through the sawmill once again. Cement factory, I'm not sure what we'll do because we're at kind of a point with the construction that we don't need any of this. So we could, I'll probably still have it continue on. I'll just sell it. Make a little bit of money. I could just set them to sell. At least until we know what's going on. Oh, this is deactivated for the time being. Yeah, we can just have these sell. I'll have to fill that up, but yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll probably look at a combine maybe next month. Especially once you figure in selling that one, that's 32,000 at least before being repaired. And that'll be quite a nice upgrade. We'll be able to finish that field in no time. Obviously, we have other needs as well. I'm very, very much aware of that. Whether it's bale or anything for the grass fields, really. And I'll see cedar maybe at some point. We might just, stick with sorghum for a little bit for chicken needs. Until we get something better. Anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.